Hi all, Janetta and Lorraine back. And after the webinar, someone sent us an email with a question that a number of you might have. And it's about writing just a story versus writing an entire book. So we dashed off this answer. So first, let's be clear that the package we're offering is for writing a short story, and it'll be published and distributed in our best-selling series over the internet, together with stories by celebrities and thought leaders. But aside from the practicality of us being able to promote you this way, there's an advantage to writing a story first. So Lorraine, would you like to share that with us?
Yes. Story writing is a skill all on its own. It's a skill you absolutely will need to know if you're going to be writing a book that anyone wants to read. And an important part of this program is having you master story writing skills, which you aren't taught in your English classes. So even if eventually you write a how-to-do-it guide or even a technical book, you still need to include well-told stories to illustrate your points. A lot of people think writing is just about choosing the right words and using good grammar, but story writing, what we work on is structuring events. Every book needs well-told stories as examples.
Well, this is the other thing I was going to say is when you're writing your own story on your own, even if it's a short story or a long story in a book, if it's a book or a short story, when you have an editor, all they do is edit and they might give some suggestions, but they don't actually mentor you and guide you through that process of turning it from a grammatically correct piece into something with structure and substance.
Well, they don't structure the events, at least not the way we work.
Yeah.
There's an author I've worked with recently who his first writing attempt was a book. He put a lot of money into it, had it beautifully formatted, great artwork, and engaged an extremely expensive editor who I must say, the grammar was a masterpiece,
yeah.
a good wordsmith, but the book itself was boring. It didn't make anyone care. It wasn't engaging. So now we're working together and starting at ground zero.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. And you were saying earlier that a lot of people don't realize just how much information can be packed into a short piece of writing. And in many ways, you say more, not less, when there's fewer words.
Well, you're saying you're covering less, but also more.
Yes.
And the way I describe this is if you look at any of your life moments, you really look closely below the surface, you realize that every moment of your life is contained in every moment. It's like a hologram. Everything that ever happened to you is there captured in you, yes, in any one moment, and anything that you're going to do in the future, the seeds of it are in that moment. And this is about learning to really look closely at a moment. And there's an expression I like to use, how you do anything is how you do everything.
That's a lovely expression.
So I learned how to really find the entire universe of your being in just a few defining moments. And even if you're going to write a whole book about yourself, you're still going to need to make decisions. You cannot put every moment of your life, everything you've ever thought, felt, or experienced in a book. You have to make decisions. You have to pick and choose. And this is good practice.
Yeah, for sure. So I would suppose the warm-up you would need if you ever intend to fill a whole book and not bore your readers to death is...
Write a short story first.
Write a short story. And what about the elevator pitch side of things? I mean, that skill of being able to shortly say your story in 3 minutes.
Well, this is some feedback I've gotten from a number of people I've worked with, that after learning story writing skills, then when they have to make an elevator pitch and get a complete stranger to really bond with them in 3 minutes or less, they have a whole new skill.
Yes, absolutely. Because being able to write a short story really, really skillfully enables you to bring it down to 3 minutes succinctly and more easily and in a really masterful way.
Oh, yeah. Even people end up writing better bios once they've managed story writing skills. As I said, if you're even writing instructions, you can do a better job once you know story structure.
Yeah, for sure. So everybody, that's answered the question that we got this week, and we're almost certain that quite a few of you had that top of your head going, but I want a book, not a short story. And this is your opportunity to take a really skillful step towards getting your book done or completed or started even. So we're going to suggest get going. Come and join us. We're so looking forward to having you with us. And working with us and getting your skillful and inspiring and magical story out there soonest. So
and then if you want to write a book, you will have skills. You'll be able to sustain and keep people interested.
Yeah, absolutely. So don't delay. There's a button here. Get your overview of your story to us so that we can see it, read it, get a feeling of you and your story and your writing ability, and then we can get to personally meet you. We can't wait to start a conversation with you. So get going. The button's right here on the page. Get through, download that template that enables you to get your short story overview to us. And we look forward to meeting you on the other side. Bye.
Bye.